I'm in southern Nevada, 95 north on the old historic Spanish Trail. And this is just a long road that goes forever. You gotta check this out. This road will take you all the way to Las Vegas. These roads out here is just amazing. Just long, drawn out. You see the sand tornadoes, the dirt tornadoes out in the distance. Some are pretty big. The wind, they look like little mini tornadoes out there. Some of them are pretty huge. The wind blowing out there. And already, as soon as I crossed into Nevada, I started seeing the casinos. So you got random casinos, hotel, resort type places already. And I walked through one of them just out of curiosity. And yeah, it was a movie theater, restaurants, casino, hotel, and it was pretty busy. And mostly older folks were in there. Yeah, so, but hey, you know, if that's how they want to spend the latter years of their life and gambling the money, you know, so be it. Who cares at that age? You know, why leave it all to the grandkids who are probably going to just waste it and party on it anyway. Might as well enjoy some of it, you know. But yeah, I did notice that, and it was a smoking casino as well. So people were in there smoking, and it's just interesting just seeing who the clientele were. And you see people in wheelchairs and rollators and oxygen tanks, and I mean, they're really pushing the age. And I saw one woman who looked like death was knocking on her door. It may have been her husband that was with her, and he was the one gambling, and she was sitting there next to him, and her head was kind of cocked down, and she looked, yeah, she didn't look too good to me, but she was there, you know. So, but and then across the street from it was an RV park and a golf course. So yeah, I think it was called Airy Resort, A-R-I. You could probably look it up. Yeah, just as you cross into Nevada. So, but yeah, I just was out of curiosity, wanted to walk through there and see it. And then also I went through, you know, driving through this part of the country, you're going through Indian reservations. And I think one reservation called Saquon, I think it was called, Indian reservation, and I noticed the casino on the Indian reservation, and a couple reservations were casinos on them. So that was interesting to see. That just seems kind of odd to me that you know, we set aside this land for Indian reservations, and then there's casinos on them. But I guess it's a form of employment for them. People go to them, and but I don't think I would want to gamble with those machines, because, you know, they've got to be rigged. So it's almost as if you're just, you know, you're basically throwing your money away. And just walking around and observing, I hardly saw anybody winning anything. I didn't hear any bells, you know, going off or anything other than just the normal sounds of the machine. So I don't know how much money people actually make when they go to these casinos. What's the average that a person goes in there what do they walk out with? You know, are they losing more than what they're winning? You know, I don't know. So, but yeah, the highest temperature I saw coming from Arizona into Nevada was 106 degrees. And right now, 100 degrees driving through southern Nevada. So, yeah, it's just interesting heat. You know, I guess you just kind of live with it and get used to it. But yeah, it's definitely hot in this part of the country. But, you know, you just live with it and be thankful you've got air conditioning. I can't imagine not having air conditioning. And just imagine the people that lived here before the days of electricity and air conditioning and having to deal with this heat, you know. Different kind of people, you know, and they just they adapted, and you just learn how to live in the current conditions in which you're at. So, but perhaps we're spoiled in this generation, growing up with all of our modern conveniences. And but anyway, just wanted to show this. Yeah, I'm just driving through Nevada, and it's just flat mountain views and roads that just keep on going. So as we make our way to the Las Vegas area. Still in Nevada here. What I noticed is all these solar panels out here. They're everywhere, as far as the eye can see. I don't know if you can see them, but they're way out in the distance. And to my left out there is just nothing but solar panels.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right onto the I-11 North, US 93 North ramp to Henderson, Las Vegas.
Hoover Dam, Lake Mead, Las Vegas.
Use the right 2 lanes to turn slightly right onto the I-11 North ramp.
I-11 North ramp.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-11 North, US 93 North.
Big old trucks coming.
Continue on I-11 North for 11 miles.
Welcome to Hoover Dam. And the sign says it's a desert, drink water. You don't have to tell me twice. All right, checking out the Hoover Dam here in Nevada, and checking it out, see how people in Nevada live. So far, quite an interesting place. So let's take a tour. Look at all those power lines. Hoover Dam, bridge, scenic view. All right, I'm gonna figure out where to go here. Coming around the mountain. Coming around the mountain. Woo!
Destination will be on the right. Your destination is on the right.
Wow. We're here, man. We're actually here. Okay, people watching begins. Look at all the people. Nevada time. It's scenic just driving through here. Arizona time. And some people are living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. U.S. Park Ranger. Okay. So where do I park? For some reason, I was thinking it was bigger. Maybe as I get down there, maybe it'll look bigger to me. I'll go get a closer look at it.
Let me get you that one.
You want me to take a photo? I will.
You ever see one of these? Slingshot. Pretty cool vehicle. Be fun to drive, huh? Get into the slingshot. Let's go. Thing's brand new. Had that new car smell to it. Something I didn't realize is that Hoover Dam actually sits on the border of Arizona and Nevada. The Grand Canyon State welcomes you. Now I'm in Arizona. The way they have it set up is they just have these parking areas in different spots. You know, you can see the different views of Hoover Dam. And I guess it's Lake Mead is the water, body of water here, I guess it is. I see the boats there, so I guess it's Lake Mead. And is that Colorado River as well? They put this dam up. So I know a lot of people died. I'm not sure how many. It's been a long time since I've watched the documentary on the making of the Hoover Dam, but I know there's some people, their bodies are entombed in there that just fell down in there into the concrete. So anyway, yeah, I need a refresher course. Hoover Dam, here we are. Yes, it's the Colorado River, and I'm here at the spillway. Lake Mead, Colorado River, and here's the spillway. They say that if you see water flowing through this spillway, you are witnessing a historic event. And the last time the waters of the Colorado River flowed through the spillway was 1983. Check it out. And there's a lot of hats down there. I guess people's hats blew off their heads and they're down there. That's so funny. But yeah, I guess the water, if it comes, it'll come up over this, divert it out back into the Colorado River. And I guess they did this, they built it, this spillway, to divert it while they were constructing the Hoover Dam. So yeah, what an engineering marvel this is. A lot of concrete. A lot of concrete. Amazing what man can build. You know, our people with engineering minds, it's just amazing to me. And how we can set out to build something so massive and successfully do it. And of course, there's been disasters. We don't always get it right. Bridges collapse. Remember the Johnstown flood in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, back in, when was that? Late 1800s, early 1900s? I can't remember the exact date. Thousands of people died on that, where the water, the dam couldn't hold the water back. It's poorly constructed. But this one's still holding up. It's just really impressive. The area down there is just littered with hats. Hoover Dam tours that way. That's what I was originally looking for. That's what I was originally looking for. And I'm parked way over there. That's where I'm parked. Oh well, getting more exercise. One good thing about this trip, I get plenty of walking in. Plenty of exercise in. So this is Arizona here. Right now it's, yeah, 11:11 Arizona time on September 9th, 2025. So for 100 years from now, when this video is found, they'll know that the timestamp. Oh, there's this guy walking through Hoover Dam. Check this video out. What year was it? 2025. No way. So there's Arizona time. I wonder if you jumped off this thing, what it would be like to enter that water. That would be a long way down. You'd probably hurt yourself. I wonder if anybody's actually done it. Tribes and nations lift their hands to the Great Spirit from the Danges? I don't know what that is. And plain we now with them in peace, buildeth again a nation. Huh. I don't know. But notice the color variation of the rocks. I wonder what that's what that is. The lighter color. Yeah. Lighter color, darker color. I just said that. Engineering wonder. I just was talking about that. Engineering marvel. People had dropped dimes and pennies right there on that concrete ledge. Isn't that something? Wonder what that's about. And just by sheer chance, looking over the ledge, I would have saw that. I saw that. I wonder how many people have seen that. Jim saw it. Hoover Dam Spillway House Event Center. Hoover Dam, 1931, 1935. Is that how long it took to build this sucker? Visitor center, parking garage. Well, that would have been nice to know. Restrooms. Okay. All right. Well, I have a little bit of a hike back to my vehicle, but oh well. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to begin. I guess I'll stop in here. And that girl's hot. She's cooling off. Cooling stations. Need to use the bathroom? A lot of helicopter traffic, helicopter tours, buzzing around. .94 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 degrees Celsius. For those of you on the metric system. 34 degrees Celsius right now. It's actually not too bad. I don't know what that's made out of. I thought maybe it might have been like copper or something. I don't know. Way up there, man. We're doing legs today. Go up the stairs, run up the stairs, run down. Do some push-ups, run back up. Come back down, crunches. So what's Jim gonna do? Take the elevator or take the stairs? We're taking the stairs. We're taking the stairs, man. Keep yourself healthy, active, getting them steps in. The diet's been lacking a little bit. You know, you're out on the road. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay with the diet. Oh man, this is like the TSA in here. Here we go.
Well, it means he knows what he's talking about. He's jealous.
I don't know.
In the elevator again?
He's been here just as long as I have.
I'm kind of glad. Thanks. Your freshman.
Can I get that in writing?
He's the biggest smile.
Can I get that in writing?
It was nice to see that.
All right, folks, just not spell all around. Anywhere all around in this spot here, as you can see, whatever. Even go down to the end down there, feel like playroom down there. You know, you be punched up by the doorway. You get everybody out. If you look up at the ceiling, the green clover shade with the American flag hanging from it, that's the first bridge crank. If you look a little bit further down, you'll see that second bridge crank. We have two more bridge cranes over on the Arizona side. But one bridge crane alone has a rated capacity of 300. That only weighs 225 tons. So one crane alone will stack on that video by itself. Now, I have a dash for water. You see, it looks like the motion of turbines. There's one over there on that side, stands for power. You see, it looks like electrical outlet right in the middle. Could be a coaster. And there are many more of these located throughout the dam. The dam is the key word because there's 16 of you with red, white, blue wristbands. So if you have those red, white, blue wristbands, please raise your hands. The rest of you folks, there's those out the red, white, blue wristbands. For the purpose of negotiating, power owners and the power of nature mutually share.
Yeah, those generators are massive. and not all the generators are operating at the same time. So he said it's very rare that all the generators are running at the same time. So really amazing, amazing setup they got here.
The larger rocks reduce the amount of cement needed in the concrete mix. Water 12%.
You lost? It's dizzying with all the new houses they're putting up. We just moved in. We love the running water and the roof over our heads. Getting our life back to normal. But my husband can't find his way home with all the new houses. But knowing Ida, we'll have a library for stuff like maps in no time. Oh, the boys are back. I better finish making dinner. Good luck finding your home.
Thank you. Jim needs to find his way home. She ain't lying. So you had two options, either visit the power plant, which I did, or just the exhibits only. So you have two options there to visit. How much did it cost you, Jim? How much did it cost me? 25 bucks admission to see the power plant. So that's the cost. Parking was free. I guess it took them 5 years to build this. Working around the clock. Just amazing. The parking, I guess they have free parking, but then you also have paid parking. $10 parking. So I don't know. I guess if you want to pay for parking under an awning, I guess that's what you're paying for. Or you have the free parking along the way. So two options for parking here at Hoover Dam. All right. That concludes my tour of Hoover Dam. And again, the documentary I recorded from the tour, I'll put it at the end of this video in case anybody wants to watch it. It's not that long. It's the history of Hoover Dam, how they constructed it and everything, and a bit of the history on it. So, but I'll post that at the end of this video for those who care to watch it. So, and if you don't, just you can end the video right here and watch it some other time if you want to, or anybody who's interested can continue to watch the documentary on it, which I thought was interesting. You know, heard about Hoover Dam. I remember seeing it a long time ago, a documentary on History Channel, when the History Channel actually showed history. And I remember watching it one late night, the construction of Hoover Dam, but it's been so many years ago I'd forgotten it, all the details about the Colorado River and all that good stuff. And I forgot it was even it was named after President Hoover. Totally forgot that, or didn't even know that really. So but yeah, anyway, that's it. So I can check that off my list. Saw Hoover Dam. So glad I saw it. Very, very interesting. And so there you go. Shared a little bit with you guys. So anyway, see you guys on the next one.
Construction of a dam, any dam, was only a dream. But in 1921, Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover joined representatives from the 7 states to seek out a solution to equal water rights. Hoover proposed to simply divide the area into a lower and upper basin and leave further negotiations to the states within those basins. This compromise paved the way for the Boulder Canyon project to be constructed. And in 1931, the structure that would one day bear Hoover's name began with an explosion. Not only of black powder and dynamite, but one of human tenacity and ingenuity. It was the largest single contract awarded to that time by the federal government. It took the combined resources of 6 companies, forged into a single contracting entity, to undertake the mammoth project. But before the first shovel of earth could be removed, the Colorado River had to be diverted from its timeless path. The key was to cut 2 tunnels through the canyon walls on each side of the river, each 56 feet in diameter and approximately 4,000 feet long. The 4 tunnels took 2 years to complete. With the tunnels open and cofferdams in place, the Colorado River had no choice but to leave its riverbed and flow through the man-made corridors. With the river diverted, steam shovels dug through as much as 135 feet of silt, mud, and gravel to reach bedrock. And there, Hoover Dam began as a simple square wooden form filled with concrete, followed by more than 3 million cubic yards of concrete over the next 2 years. Add the adjoining structures, and enough concrete was placed to build a 4-foot wide sidewalk around the Earth's equator. Heat from the setting concrete was predicted to take more than 100 years to cool, but engineers fashioned 1-inch steel pipe inside each concrete block before it was poured. A refrigeration plant so massive it could produce a 1,000-ton iceberg every day continuously pumped cold water through the pipes, cooling the concrete so construction was never interrupted. This innovative idea helped the entire structure be completed in just 5 years, 2 years ahead of schedule. Hoover Dam was built with 5 million barrels of cement, 18 million pounds of structural steel, 21 million pounds of gates and valves, and 840 miles of pipe. The scale of some of the equipment was beyond the capacity of American highways and railroads. The pipes that would carry water from the reservoir to the generators were so large they could not be shipped, so a manufacturing plant was created to build them at the site. An infrastructure of highways, railroad tracks, and power lines had to be created to move men and materials from outlying areas to the dam site and to supply electricity for construction. An entire town was needed to house the workers who were pouring in from all over America in the midst of the Great Depression. The project averaged 3,500 workers a day, working 3 shifts, 7 days a week with only 2 days off a year. The pay scale started at $4 a day, a good wage in the midst of the Great Depression sweeping America. Amid the country's economic uncertainty, the workers in this canyon gave new life to the nation's spirit, as they gave new life to the desert Southwest.
This is an engineering victory of the first order. Another great achievement of American resourcefulness, American skill, and American determination. And that is why I have the right once more to congratulate you who have builded Hoover Dam, and on behalf of the nation, to say to you, well done.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt dedicated Boulder Dam on September 30th, 1935. In 1947, Congress officially named it Hoover Dam. Some call it the most prodigious engineering construction feat since the Great Pyramids of Egypt. When a U.S. Senate committee endorsed construction of Hoover Dam in 1928, its report said, "A mighty river, now a source of destruction, is to be curbed and put to work in the interests of society." And so it was. Hoover Dam brought the desert flood control, a reliable supply of water, electrical power, and more. Behind a 726-foot-tall concrete face lies Lake Mead, America's largest man-made lake. Born out of the collected waters of the Colorado River, it could cover the entire state of Pennsylvania to the depth of 1 foot. But held behind Hoover Dam, it is a life-giving source for communities throughout the Southwest. On its way to meet downstream needs, thousands of gallons of water per second flow from Lake Mead through the dam's 17 giant turbines, producing clean, non-polluting hydroelectric power. Hoover Dam produces almost 4.5 billion kilowatt hours of electricity each year, enough to serve the needs of over 1 million people. The sale of this power has repaid the entire cost of constructing Hoover Dam and continues to fund the yearly operating and maintenance costs as well. Hoover Dam helped ensure a future for the communities that settled along the river and the low, flat valleys of Southern California and Southwest Arizona. In Las Vegas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, and other smaller cities, Colorado River water delivered from Lake Mead helps meet the needs of millions of people a year. Hoover Dam and other dams along the Colorado River contain the floodwaters spawned each spring by melting snows, and from their reservoirs flows an assured and reliable water supply for water users throughout the basin. Combined with the warm climate and rich soils of the lower Colorado River Basin, water from Lake Mead has created some of the most productive farmland in the country. Farms in Arizona, Southern California, and Mexico, irrigated by these controlled flows, produce over $1 billion worth of vegetables and fruits throughout the year for dinner tables across the nation. The clear reservoirs and controlled river stretches resulting from construction of Hoover and other dams have created year-round recreational opportunities at the National Park Service's Lake Mead Recreation Area and other locations along the Colorado River. Hoover Dam first helped create and now helps sustain the high quality of life enjoyed by millions of people in the desert Southwest. At Hoover Dam and its other projects throughout the West, the Bureau of Reclamation is focused on efficient, effective, environmentally sensitive water resources management to help ensure our limited water supplies can meet the needs of all who depend on them. Wherever the system delivers water, life flourishes. Herbert Hoover, engineer, humanitarian, politician, fisherman, and conservationist, believed, as did many others, in a vision where man could affect nature for the good. With every touch of its coarse concrete skin and each sparkle that dances behind its crown, Hoover Dam reminds us of the need to dream noble purposes and the strength of the human spirit to achieve great aspirations.